Picture a young man standing in a crowded square of ancient Rome. He laughs when others laugh, nods when others nod, and agrees with every voice around him. His smile wins approval, but when the crowd disperses, he feels strangely hollow, as if he has lived someone else's life. We know that feeling today. At work, with friends, even online, we chase likes, nods, and subtle signs of acceptance. Yet the more we cling to being liked, the less we respect ourselves. The Stoics understood this trap. Epictetus wrote, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish." Discourses. Respect, not approval, was their measure of strength. In this reflection, let's walk through 7 ways Stoicism teaches us to stop chasing approval and earn respect instead. First, remember that true respect begins with boundaries. Think of Marcus Aurelius, who carried the weight of an empire but still carved time to write privately in his meditations. He did not seek constant praise from the Senate or the army. He set clear inner walls. In modern life, this means learning to say no. Imagine being asked to take on another project at work when your plate is already full. You fear disappointing your boss, so you agree. Yet resentment grows. You stay late, exhausted, and your work suffers. Now picture the same moment with a different response. You calmly state, "I cannot give this the focus it deserves right now." At first, the room is quiet, but the honesty earns respect. People sense when your boundaries are real. Seneca wrote, "He who is everywhere is nowhere." Letters. By protecting your time and energy, you trade shallow approval for deeper respect. And when you hold those boundaries, you create the space for the next Stoic practice. Honesty. Our second practice is honesty, not flattery. Picture a friend who always says what others want to hear. The group enjoys his presence, but in private, nobody turns to him for truth. Now imagine another friend who speaks directly, but with kindness. She doesn't flatter, but when she says something encouraging, you know she means it. Which one do you respect more? This applies at work too. Imagine sitting in a meeting where a poor idea is praised out of politeness. Everyone nods along. Then one person speaks, respectfully but firmly, pointing out flaws and offering a better path. They may not be liked in that moment, but later, people recall their courage and clarity. Epictetus reminded his students, "Only the educated are free." Discourses. Honesty frees you from the chains of approval. In a world filled with polite facades and curated images, honesty is rare. It may not make you liked, but it makes you trusted. And once trust is established, the next step is consistency. Third, respect grows from consistency. Marcus Aurelius was not admired because he occasionally showed discipline. He earned respect because he lived it daily, through war, loss, and illness. His actions matched his words. In daily life, think of someone who always says they'll exercise but never does. Their promises lose weight over time. Contrast that with someone who quietly runs every morning, rain or shine. They may not speak about discipline, but their actions speak louder than any words. Consistency is magnetic. People notice when you show up reliably, even if they don't comment. It builds trust in silence. Seneca wrote, "A good character, once established, is not easily overthrown." Letters. Consistency proves your character more than speeches ever could. We cannot control whether others like us, but we can control whether our words and actions align. That steady alignment is felt, even if unspoken. And consistency naturally opens the way to courage, the fourth step on our path. The fourth way is courage, the willingness to stand apart. Think of Cato the Younger, who defied Julius Caesar not because it was popular, but because it was right. His resistance cost him allies, but history remembers his integrity. Today, courage often comes in smaller forms. It might be choosing not to drink when everyone else is ordering rounds. It might be speaking up when a colleague is unfairly dismissed. Or it could be declining gossip, even when silence makes you stand out. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Meditations. Courage is measured not in noise, but in steady action. When you dare to act according to principle, people may not always agree, but they will respect your strength. And courage, once practiced, leads us to the heart of Stoic independence. Self-reliance. Our fifth practice is cultivating self-reliance. The Stoics taught that dependence on the crowd weakens the soul. Picture someone endlessly refreshing their phone, waiting for likes to trickle in. Their mood rises and falls with numbers. Now picture someone who posts their thoughts and steps away, content with the act itself. One is chained, the other is free. Epictetus advised, "Seek not for events to happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do." Enchiridion. Self-reliance means anchoring your worth in your own reasoned choices, not in shifting public opinion. This independence has a quiet power. People sense when you cannot be swayed by every passing trend. You are no longer a leaf blown by the wind, but a rooted tree. And from that firm grounding comes another vital practice, showing respect to others. The sixth way is showing respect in order to earn it. The Stoics were not cold or selfish. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "We are made for cooperation." Meditations. Genuine respect flows both ways. Imagine a manager who demands respect but never listens. His authority feels forced. Now picture a leader who listens deeply, admits mistakes, and holds himself to the same standards he expects from others. Respect flows naturally toward him. In daily life, respect means small acts. Looking people in the eye, letting others finish their thought, honoring commitments and treating others as ends, not means. It does not mean chasing approval. It means seeing dignity in others. When people feel respected by you, they return it in kind, often without words. And that mutual respect lays the foundation for the last and most enduring Stoic principle, integrity. Finally, respect is secured through integrity. Integrity is not one moment of virtue but a pattern, living in line with your values whether or not anyone is watching. Picture someone who speaks eloquently about Stoicism but cuts corners when it suits them. Their words may inspire briefly, but trust soon erodes. Contrast that with someone who quietly lives their principles day by day, unseen by most, but unshaken when tested. Seneca said, "The proof of a good life is good deeds." Letters. Integrity is that proof. Integrity means you don't split yourself into public and private versions. The same principles guide you whether you are praised or criticized, seen or unseen. This wholeness draws deep respect. When your words, actions, and values form one seamless whole, you no longer need to chase respect. It comes to you. And just as the Stoics taught, integrity is the foundation that makes all the other practices endure. Think back to that young man in the Roman square, nodding and laughing to win approval. Imagine instead that he pauses. He sets a boundary, speaks honestly, lives consistently, shows courage, stands self-reliant, respects others, and holds his integrity. The crowd may not cheer, but deep respect follows. We face the same choice each day, to be liked for a moment or to be respected for a lifetime. The Stoics urge us to choose the harder, deeper path. Respect is not given by applause. It is grown quietly through how we live, through choices that align with reason and virtue. So I leave you with this challenge. Live today as if no applause is needed. Let respect rise not from what others grant you, but from how you live your own reasoned life. Which Stoic way would you try first? Share it in the comments. I might read yours next time.